This time, Weiss again, the tap down for North Geelong. Straight down to Hearn. A long handball out to Page, playing the second quarter on the same wing. That's interesting. So drives it to half foot in front. Mark not taken on that occasion by Hardman. Comes to ground, out wide by Stephen Rickett. And Gundry it is, playing in the back half. Only gets the ball to centre wing and into the arms of Chris Fryers.
Yeah, Fryers took that mark, just chopped that kick off there. And he's outside 50. The legs to go short. It's okay. Page drifts in and takes the mark. Now the right foot kick into towards the Habib. Just too easy. Too easy. It was a 2-on-1 situation. 2 North Geelong players and 1 Corio. The second North Geelong player, I think it might have been Big Vesey, just sort of put the body in the way and let Habib take an easy mark.
But that's where they're dangerous though, David. Vesey does do a lot of blocking up there, and that's very, very good team play.
He's got a bit of body and he's not frightened to use it either, Big Vesey. He did that beautifully and allowed Habib to take just an easy mark. Now, the mark was easy, the kick is not. He's right against the boundary line on the far side of the ground, about 45 out. He's pushed it across a little, has he? Wait for the goal umpire. Yes, he stays this side.
Not enough excitement there.
Minor score only, so Russell Habib, Jason Habib with the 2 goals for. We've only played a minute of the second term. Here's Eric. You got some scores, Eric?
Yes, quarter time, other games. Werribee Central's 4 goals 3, Inverleigh 1 goal 2. Belmont Lions 2-4, East Geelong 5-5. Bannockburn 6-3, Geelong West 3-5. Thompson 4-4, Belpastil 3-4. And Winchelsea 7-4, Anarchy 2-1.
Well, the kick-ins come back in and Barry O'Toole got it in the centre and he kicked it towards half forward for Corio. And Ricky O'Toole is back on the ground. Stacks on the mill down there. Now, they paid a free kick. They've had 4 called for a cab before and someone got a free kick, not this time. Might be a different umpire, perhaps.
That's the same one, actually.
Okay, well, what can I say? Up they go in the air. Jamie Weiss, Walton. Walton might have brought it to ground. The big fella's got it there. The forward in Chad Ribbett put it on the boot, had a flying shot towards the goal mouth. It's off hands. It was offline anyway, and it's gone through for a minor score to Ribbett. It's his first score of the day. And Corio have gone to, I think, 1 goal 4-10. And they trail North Geelong 6-7-43. Second quarter scoreboard.
Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard.
Thought it was.
2.5 minutes gone. So the ball now to come in once again with Allsop, who such a good kick. Now whistled by the umpire to get on with it. That's a long kick to half forward. It's not such a well-positioned kick as Walton comes in.
He does. Now,
why can he not play on, for goodness sake, umpire?
I bet you there was no time on blown.
So chips the ball inboard and now they've turned it over. So double whammy for Corio because Chris Barnett taking the ball, draws a player, decides to kick it anyway. It's long to half forward. Brad Scown in front there of Ashley McNamara. And there's a good one-on-one battle there as McNamara takes the ball toward the boundary.
Well done, McNamara.
And, I think Brad Scown looking for a free kick because there's absolutely no doubt about McNamara's intention, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. So between wing and half forward on the outer side, kicking toward the southern end at North Geelong as we're about to have a change.
Walton versus Fryers. Walton wins this one down to the ground, got the height advantage there. Chance for Corio, chopped off beautifully by Hardman. He got a fist in there to knock the ball away. It came back towards Russell Hearn. He had to kick in a hurry on the left foot and he did so. Kicked it back inside 50. Going back with the flight of the footy. Good mark, Andy Williams for Corio. Takes the mark at centre half back. Looks up and sees nothing in front of him. So he goes wide to the outer side of the ground. The kick's okay. Might be Cornwall, was it? Took the mark and played on. Got a mark there, Cornwall. Kick was good. Robbie Walton now on the centre wing. Corio looking a bit more interested in this early stages of the term. But not much happening.
While you're speaking, Nolan came off and Jade Hayes came on for North Geelong.
Yeah, Brett Nolan did the splits before in front of us here and he got up holding the groin a bit. He looked a bit sore.
Well, the turnover there, Russell Hearn intercepted that kick and he's kicked it across the ground to Michael Rowe for North Geelong. Rowe looking for Zitko. Zitko eats his opponent under the footy and Cousins goes hard at the footy, but McNamara does well. Came across and has saved the situation for the Corio defence there. As Zitko picked it up and got clear, he would have been heading for goal. So
he doesn't look right though to me, Zitko, today, Eric.
No, he does not.
But McNamara, is that the son of Darren?
Yes, spot on.
We call him Sod, or what do we call him?
Son of
Darren. Back into play. And the ground level, working hard, trying to crash his way through. Barnett held in a full neck hold, I'd reckon. Play on the call. He comes out of the pack. Here's a chance for Ricky Lazarich. He's got it further afield there for Corio. Little kick towards the centre wing, back with the flight, but Gary Rickett couldn't take the mark. Clean bowled him in the finish at the back of the pack. Hearn got a hand pass, and it was the Cuttajar got a hand pass out of the pack. The umpire said holding decision. It's going to go the way of Corio, and the free kick going to go to Ricky O'Toole, who's back on the ground.
Yes, and looking for 50-metre penalty because the ball kicked away after the decision, but the umpire not prepared to concede that. So the ball now to come back in front of our broadcast position on centre wing to Ricky O'Toole. Might be first kick of the day, Laurie,
It is kick number 1.
So Ricky O'Toole now. It's a nice kick towards the lead at half forward. Anderson can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. The North Geelong to the defence working overtime. Matheson carried forward. Umpire, what's he going to do? He's blown the whistle. Might be going to have a ball up on half forward flank for Corio as the players emerge. Finally getting up is Darren Matheson for North Geelong. He did well to hold the ball in there without giving a free kick away. So we were playing 6 minutes into this second quarter as the ball goes up in the air. Weiss did the best of that tap down, picked up there by Ricky O'Toole. Handball quickly to Cornwall. Cornwall up a step towards half forward. North Geelong through Nolan in good position there and took the mark at centre half back.
He's a good player. He played on immediately and sprung the ball towards the centre wing. Rowe was up. He couldn't take the mark, but he got superior ground speed, but couldn't pick it up. Had a fresh air shot as he went to the ground. Went nowhere. Stacks on all the umpire said in the back.
It's been driven him to China, I think. Nose down.
And Jed Potter was the offender there. Michael Rowe, the little fella, picks himself up, just chips it across to the centre. No one with this player, Jane Hayes, I think it is,
yes,
who takes the mark in the centre. They've got no one within 20 metres of him. They must play man on man. Hayes sweeps the hand pass across. Got a running player going down there with him, and the right foot is into towards the forward zone.
Vesey.
No mark taken. Vessey's there. Had a couple of bites, but couldn't handle it. Hand pass out of the packet. Winds up there with Johnny Bolchevic. He kicks the ball towards the centre wing.
Gundry it is. Gundry has time to have a bounce, tries to draw a player, but it's going from half forward to half forward. They don't seem to have any forwards either side at the moment because numbers down here with North Geelong. Russell Hearn does well, pushed into the ground, play onto the umpire, but North Geelong coming out in support. Nice tap forward there by Page. North, as I say, numbers supporting one another. Russell Hearn tries to get a handball cleared, but it's a bit of a scramble out there. Surely the umpire will blow the whistle, and he has. And the ball will be thrown in. Half forward flank for...
Did okay there, North Geelong. Hearn, McDermott and Matheson all combined to get a ball up and look like it might get away once or twice. Umpire's about to throw it in. Half forward flank for Corio, pressing into attack. The big fella Weiss goes up, knocks this one to the ground, but taken away. Hand pass comes over to Williams. He runs inside 50 for Corio, straightens up on the left foot and goes for goal. Andy Williams has kicked it. Well, badly needed goal.
Williams.
He's done well, Andy Williams, hasn't he, today?
Yeah, he certainly has, Eric. Yeah, he didn't play at Winch the other week.
He was a nice dropout, that's right.
So they certainly missed him. He's certainly racking up the stats, and that was a lovely goal, that. And there just seems to be a little bit scrappy now. They are forced to play a little bit more man-on-man, I think, now, and North just can't get clear as they enjoyed in the first quarter.
2 goals. Bingo scoreboard, second quarter, 2-4. It is to Corio now. They're 10 points, trailing North Geelong 6-7-43. The margin now is 27 points, Eric.
So, Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 9 minutes gone. Very interesting game. Corio, can they come back?
They've lifted.
They have, as the ball goes up in the middle. Walton, clear tap away for Corio on that occasion. Running at the footy, Joey McDermott. Unfortunately, can't take control of it, nor can anybody else until Hardman. He's tackled around the umpire. The umpire couldn't see. He tackled around the ankles.
He's going to pin him.
Now he's going to ping him for holding the ball.
Joking.
Well,
and that was Andrew Williams' decision. The umpire was going to ball that up, and Andy Williams giving the drop in the ball signals. He come in to ball it up, and then he paid it. He was talked into it for mine.
Yes, and I think he should go back to boundary umpiring. Ricky O'Toole takes the mark on half forward as gets the ball on quickly. Player on his own out there is Barry O'Toole. Can't take the mark. Picked up by Rowan, and with a rose fit either. He doesn't seem to be moving that well. Laurie, as the ball comes for North Geelong towards the boundary line. And safety first. They've found the safety of that boundary line between wing and half forward flank on the western side.
Well, they've started to tag Rowie a little bit more. I watched around the throw and they were actually holding his jumper so he couldn't get to the contest. And
back into play wasn't a good throw in. Rolton got the ball down to the ground. He got it to Collins. Collins got a hand pass away for Corio, but just went straight back into the pack. Play on, holding the ball, holding the man. They all want everything down here in front of us. Here's a chance here for North Geelong through the agency of picking the ball up is Barnett. He gives ground, hand pass backwards, is ricocheted off a foot and goes over the line out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in, probably midway between centre wing, half forward flank. Corio into attack and imposing a presence on the game in the second term. They trail 2-4-16 to 6-7-43 according to the Raiders Bingo second term scoreboard.
The throw in there, Walton get a nice tap down for Corio, goes towards half forward. In defence, North Geelong working hard. Handball comes out to Allsop. Allsop, that lovely left foot kick. Russell Hearn tries to edge his opponent out, give his teammate in Chris Fryers an opportunity.
Well played, Fryers.
He does well. It's hooked around the body there by Russell Hearn to Mario Zitko. Takes a long time. Finally gets the ball onto the boot. Goes into Habib. Can't take the mark. Coming in behind is Vesey. And Vesey can't control the footy before it just drifts over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in 25 minutes from the behind post.
Laurie, terrific work. Chris Fryers in front of us there. It would look like being a ball up, but he got the ball free to his teammate. Set Zitko free. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalise. Well played, Chris Fryers.
Good play from Hearn as well.
So 11 minutes gone. The ball in the forward pocket for Jason the Bib. He does the ruck work.
And kicks
won the ball back to himself. Ran into the open goal and kicked his third. I'll tell you what, he's almost the difference in the game at the moment. Jason the Bib. He's having a blinder up there in the forward line. That's 3 goals, 4 he's kicked. And it's the 7th for North Geelong, 7-7-49. They lead Corio 2-4-16. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard, 11.5 minutes gone.
Gee, Laurie, his pace was good for 2 paces there, wasn't it? He's quick off 2 paces.
I think he'd be wrapped about that comment too, Cookie.
Yeah, I have a mate of mine. I've had a drink with him over the years. Another one.
Who haven't you had a drink with?
I missed a few. I'll catch up if I missed you. Ball back into the centre. And a good answering goal there from the North Geelong Magpies. Just Corio have certainly lifted this quarter. Their intensity of the ball is a lot better. They are manning up better too. Back into the centre. Up they go. The big fella Walton knocks the ball forward again. A chance for Corio. Barry O'Toole runs past with a hand pass from Gundry. Gives it back to the running big gasometer Walton, and he bangs it down to the forward line. Play with the back of the pack. Kick it up the ground. Is the umpire blowing the whistle at all?
And he doesn't know what to do.
I thought the whistle sounded, but I followed the play.
Well, he didn't know whether to pay advantage or whether to bring it back, and I think he's finally...
I reckon we've kicked the goal there.
We have kicked the ground.
Ricky O'Toole's run into the goal screen off the ground as gold, but the umpire wasn't sure what to do.
So, big Chad.
So, rivet.
Chatter. Can't you make a bit of a chat?
No, that was Chugger.
Chad Rivet. He's usually a beautiful golden kick. Look at that one. Off the boot.
That's a suchy drill.
He's put it back on the board, so no penalty there. Thank goodness for that, because no one knew what was happening, the umpire included. And Chad Rivet puts the 3rd goal on the board for the Corio Devils. They've now gone to 3 goals, 4, which will be 22 points. They trail North Geelong 7-7-49. And the margin is now, what's 22 from 49? 27.
About 27.
Thank you very much.
I see Jamie Weiss doing some flexing of his shoulder there, and he's getting stitched up in the ruck at the moment. Walton's actually
dominating
right
the
on
centre
top
this quarter, yes.
Yeah, Walton, he's got a bit of leap and a bit of body with him, hasn't he? He seems to use it pretty well. As the umpire with the footy, 13 minutes gone, second quarter. Ball goes up. Weiss gets the tap down, dropped there by Nevada Cornwall. Does well there, Hardman. Unfortunately, got tagged, gets a handball away. Now Stephen Rickett crashes away from half-back, long kick towards half-forward. The ball runs through about 4 or 5 players. Allsop goes back to cover as May picks it up. He's immediately tackled, goes back looking for a teammate. Ricky O'Toole is in there, but Allsop, calm as you like, just chips the ball to half-forward, half-back, and Brett Nolan has taken the mark. There's a...
Play on, he says.
You're kidding.
I must be in a different game. They've got 3 umpires here, none of them are getting it right, I'm telling you. And I don't bag umpires too often, but I don't reckon they're doing very well. Laurie de Goldie, your comment?
No, look, I quite agree with him. He's hurt, Brett Nolan. There's no doubt about that.
He got hooked around the ankle. Why wouldn't he get hurt?
If that was AFL, you're looking for 3 weeks.
That's a disgraceful decision. God. In the meantime, the ball's gone back inside 50, and the mark has been taken for Corio by it's one of the Ricketts. It looks a bit like
15. It's Steve Rickett drifted forward.
So Stephen has the long kick. It's going to land marginally short, and there's another whistle on play.
That's against Ricky O'Toole.
So this time it's a free kick to the defence. It's gone to North Geelong. So the ball comes out now to looking for McDermott over his head, picked up there by Collins into Bolshevik. Bolshevik off a step. I tell you what, that's awfully close.
He's kicked it.
The umpire comes across, puts the two hands up, and Johnny Bolshevik has kicked his first for the day.
Corio coming back.
They are coming back. That's their fourth. 4 goals, 4-28. They trail North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes gone.
Well, they're coming back because they're putting more pressure on the North Geelong side. They run with their players a little bit more. The North Geelong defence rushed that out then. They didn't have to do that, and they've turned it over right in the back pocket. Johnny Volchevic's picked up, and he doesn't miss the goals from there, and they're working their way back into it. Led by Robbie Walton.
Brett Nolan will be a bit worried about what he's going to do to get a free kick. If that wasn't a triple on an egg flip, that was unbelievable. Right in front of us. And even I think the president of the league here agreed with us.
I think so.
Give us a nod. Back into the centre they go. Walton working hard. There's a hand pass. That's our 1-2 at netball. Come out of the pack. Corwell on the left boot down towards half forward. Back with the flight of it. Joe McDermott took a nice mark. Just to steady things up a little bit here. Looks out wide for a runner. He's got one. Mark taken out there too by Brett Nolan, who's okay after that. Well, he just fell over evidently. He got it towards Allsop. He's in a bit of trouble. Ran into two. With a bit of strength, he got through them both. Can he get a hand pass away? He can. Doesn't travel too far. Friars comes in. He gets a hand pass. Looking for Rowe. Didn't get there. Chopped up by Walton. Playing a great quarter. Back he goes, and Matheson takes the mark. He had Nolan there for assistance, but Matheson relieves the pressure. Chips it out wide to Allsop, who marks on the far side of the ground, just forward of half-back flank. The scoreboard shows 49 plays 28, 21-point margin, according to the Raiders bingo scoreboard, as Allsop takes a bit of time. He's taken more time he does to kick in. The umpire tells him to play on then. Now Allsop goes on the left foot out towards Weiss, who tries to slip in a one-hander out there, but he can't quite hang on to it. And it's gone off his hands and out of bounds on the true centre wing position, far side of the ground.
Bit of arm waving around centre half forward. There were 3 North Geelong players, Friars, Hearn and Scown. Allsop couldn't see them. So the ball's out of bounds, out of centre wing, 16, almost 17 minutes gone in the second quarter. Non-event, the ruck work there as the ball comes down. Page has the opportunity now. Whoops, went without the footy, comes back on it however, picks it up, hooks it inboard. The lead came from Brad Scown. It's over his head. Behind us, Russell Hearn, he can't pick it up. Rowe can, he's tackled high. Play on, said the umpire. I tell you what, this umpiring leaves a bit to be desired here. Someone's going to get hurt because finally the ball has come for North Geelong. Brad Scown drops an easy mark there at half forward, and mopping up at the back is John Cousins for Corio. Finds Andrew Williams in the middle, looking for a 50-metre penalty. Don't think that's on, although you wouldn't know, would you, at the moment?
No, Williams now swings onto the left foot, goes to the grandstand side, centre wing, 2-on-1 situation. High fly, Gary Rickett couldn't mark. He was the one. There's 2 North Geelong players. You get a hand pass away if you can. Page, he did. Didn't get travel all that far. Ball at centre wing, Jade Hayes half a chance. He couldn't get to it before the ball was knocked over the line by Corey Collins of Corio. Over boundary throw in centre wing position.
Might be a bit of a question mark over fitness of a couple of these North Geelong players.
I think so. Mario Zitko's certainly not fit.
Been 3 goals to 1 Corio's way this quarter. There's a hand pass come out of the pack there by, that was Williams. He got it there to his teammate in Collins. Collins went forward. Mark taken by Bolshevik. He goes towards centre half forward. Plenty of high flyers down there. Back of the pack. The big fella's had a shot. Chad Ribbett. And Chad Ribbett has drilled it. He kicks his second. Corio right back in the game now. 5-4-34. Trailing North Geelong 7-7-49. The margin back to 15 points. Second quarter, the Raiders bingo scoreboard.
So 18.5 minutes, and it's a remarkable turnaround for Corio, Laurie.
Well, I can have a look down here. I can see Daryl Jones not far from me. He seems to be just thinking out what's going to happen. But I can tell you what's happening. If you want to know, Daryl, they're not running. They've stopped running. You've got to run. They were beating Corio at the ball, the drop of the ball. They had the numbers around the ball. All of a sudden, they've, Corio's got a little bit to do with that. They're manning up a little bit more as well, but they've got to try using the pace.
And Eric, they're getting the ball to the centre through Robbie Walton. Here he goes again.
Yes, tapped down to Barry O'Toole. Can't handle it properly. He's tackled immediately by, that was Hardman in there, and it's almost basketball at the moment. Chris Fryers immediately tackled. Ball finally spills out, and Williams, he's done well at the centre bounces. Barry O'Toole smothered off the foot. Gee, there's some pressure out there. Finally, the ball kicked for North Geelong to centre half forward. Johnny Cousins, a bit more desperate. Mario Zitko may as well not be there, I'd suggest, Laurie.
Yep.
Not a contest there as Cousins
kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Yeah, Cornwall's got it. Took that mark. Played okay, Nevada. Now kicks the ball out wide, looking for a runner. He's got one out there, Matty King, with the hair flowing. Can he pick it up? He can. He kicks the ball towards half forward. Their best player takes the mark. Steve Rickett, been a very good player. Plays on immediately as he goes on the far side of the ground. Got a teammate, took the mark, played on immediately. It's gone into the forward pocket. Gundry bars it goal. Can he kick this one? Oh, it would have been a beauty for Corio, but he's just missed. Would have been a good goal. Tough kick there in that pocket, in the far pocket.
Was a tough kick.
Wasn't a tough kick. Should have kicked it, Murray.
Well, Zit goes off now and O'Brien back on. That's a good move.
Oh, yes. O'Brien's fit. 5-5-35 Corio. They trail North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. We've been going 20 minutes. As Allsop now surveys the scene for the kick in. You're right, there's not a lot happening for North. Decides to kick to himself and goes out wide to Russell Hearn on his own halfback flank. Took the mark unattended. Now looking for some options further afield, and they're not there for North at the moment. As
presented.
He's gone to a 2-on-1, but good mark is by Jade Hayes, and Hayes for North Geelong decides to play on now. Kicks it towards half forward again. Numbers there with Corio, but Chris Barnett read that well. Took a mark behind Johnny Cousins. There comes the lead there. This Walton probably spoilt that without realising, and then did it quite fairly. The ball's pushed back along the ground by O'Brien, looking for Habib. Unfortunately, he can't control it, and it's over the boundary line. In front of the change rooms here at Osborne Park. 21 minutes gone, second quarter. 7-7 plays 5-5. North Geelong in front. As the boundary umpire prepares to put the ball back into play. In front, Walton. Get tapped down there by Habib. Kick off the ground by Walton. Good mark running with the flight by Barry O'Toole. Picks up Jade Hayes. Gets the kick, and he's put down after he has delivered the football. Chris Fryers, well, I don't think he liked the way that Jade Hayes was dealt with, and now the umpires have got a bit of work to do as the free kick down ground has been kicked through for a behind to Corio.
I didn't see it kicked at Eric.
No, I didn't either, so I'll give it a rush behind. 5-6-36. North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes gone.
Also back into play out to centre half back. Mark taken by Hearn. He's found him again with a kick in. Hearn marks, plays on, kicks quickly out towards the wing. A mark to North Geelong. Might be Page, is it? Running down the ground with the right foot, kicking towards the forward zone. Here comes Messi. Couldn't quite handle it. Knocked the ball in front of him. Desperate defence there by, that was Rickett, one of the Rickett boys. That was Steve Rickett. Got a hand pass out. Did well. And Matty King kicks the ball towards the centre wing, but it's chopped off beautifully out there by Brett Nolan of North Geelong. His kick's not as good as it would have liked to have been. Page went without it. Come back towards Nevada Cornwall. He gathered the footy with glee. Kicked the ball towards the centre wing again. And up in front, Brad Anderson takes the mark. Haven't seen much of him. Plays on now. In a bit of strife. Got himself in all sorts of bother.
Williams
kicked it across the ground. You found Williams a bit lucky to get out of that, because I don't know if we meant that kick to hit him. He was under pressure when he kicked it. Williams has got the mark. He's just about the centre of the ground, in between the centre and the wing. Just sizing things up, looking for an option. Now he kicks the ball into the forward zone, and he's found his teammate there.
Gundry's done well, hasn't he, up forward?
Gundry, yes, and he tucked that mark, and he goes on the right foot towards half forward, and dropping back with the flight of the football. That might be Matheson, I think.
I think it is.
And he's taken the mark, and he's took a good mark as he got in between the leading full forward and the ball kicker.
Goes across the face of goal to Hayes, now Scown, and the ball is in the hands of Brad Scown. Now he's in trouble because he's tackled by Ricky O'Toole. Gets some support from Hayes. Doesn't know which way to go. He's gone.
He's gone.
And that's a great tackle, Ashley McNamara.
He has gone like last week's pay.
I guess a bit of inexperience on that occasion. And,
all of a sudden, North Geelong are getting rattled.
And 50.
They don't know what to do.
Well, Cuttajar came in and tried to push the player who had the footy over in McNamara, and that's just not on. It was dead set right in front of the umpire. That had to be a 50-metre penalty.
Well, Robbie Cuttajar should be running for the interchange bench, not the goal square.
I think the runner's running for him.
Yeah, so that was just an absolute lack of discipline. So just a lay-down misère, I think. Ashley McNamara shouldn't miss this. The man is on the goal line, directly between the goalposts. McNamara saunters in and kicks it straight over his head. And that's his first goal for the day, Ash McNamara. And now we've got a game on. 6 goals, 6-42 Corio, 7-7-49 North Geelong. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 24 minutes gone.
And my name is McNamara, and I'm the leader of the band. There's one for the old fella. The old man used to sing that to me when he was playing footy. Oh, Darren, a good bloke too. There's one for the current bun, Darren. He put them back in the game, mate. They're back in town.
Here's the culprit coming off.
Yeah, Scan off as well, double change here.
Scan, he's got something in his eye, I can't see. And replacement not ready, I don't think, as Mario Zitko comes back on. So, well, it's interesting.
All right, not far off half-time. Corio, big second term. Up they go. Weish won this knockdown. Can they get the centre break? They can through Harbour, North Geelong. And he punt kicks up towards half-forward, but chopping across there. Johnny Cousins marks at half-back. Clever kick, finds Williams in the centre unmarked. He plays on. He's well shepherded too as O'Brien came at him, but he kicked the ball towards the half-forward line. Looking for Barry O'Toole. He couldn't take the mark at ground level. Now, this bloke's got no right foot at all. This will be good. This is Barnett. Around the boundary he goes. Did okay there. North Geelong towards the centre wing there. Backing back Zitko with the flight of it. Hit hard by, that was Cousins who hit him fairly and hardly. The ball, that was Hearn. And then they go to the ground level. Hand pass comes out from Walton. It's a beauty. Finds Johnny Cousins still running. He's had a good second quarter. He kicks it towards centre half forward. Mark taken. Beautifully played there by Gary Rickett, who goes down long now with the goals. He played it on the left foot. No, got chopped up there at half-back. And Johnny Zerling chopped it off. He just coughed it up, though. He's given it straight away to Anderson. And Anderson has gold. What a quarter for Corio.
That's their 7th goal. 7 goals, 6:48 Corio. 7:49. They've kicked 1-1 North in this second quarter. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard. 26 minutes gone, and
you'd reckon it was blowing a gale.
You would it to that northern end. Absolutely right.
Well, I've got to assess something here. I've got to watch to see who's playing on Williams. No one's playing on him, obviously.
Well, he's having a birthday, isn't he?
He's having absolutely ball out there. And Lee Hardman's only had one kick in this quarter. Now, if he's in the middle of his on him, get on him.
So the ball now back with umpire Clissold to umpire Keating, beg your pardon, to put the ball in the air once again. And Corio with all the running at the present moment. This time Weiss gets the tap down. Page runs onto the foot. He does well. Keeps it in front of him. Bounce up. Oh, he went without it. Unfortunately now with support. Corio. Good work Anderson. Handball to Rickett. Stephen out wide. To brother Gary, he just drops the mark, but he's got support there. Matty King comes past, takes the handball. Now another handball to Williams, again on his own, almost at the 50. Handball over the top. He's drawn the player, and Jed Potter, he's besieged by North Geelong players and holding the ball as Bowman comes back onto the ground for Corio, but it is a free kick. Michael Rowe on the halfback flank for North Geelong.
Well, that was good umpiring because he took him on and he lost out.
Hurt over there too.
The kick across the ground. Okay, mark and play on. Out wide towards Allsop, who takes the mark and ducks it at the right time. Runs around. He's got to get on that left foot. He's had a bounce. He's run to the centre. He kicked with the right foot. Not a bad one either. Good kick. Back with the flight of it. Was that McDermott? Couldn't know. Hearn, thank you very much. He got a hand pass away. Umpire blown the whistle for a high tackle on Russell Hearn. Accidental, but I just caught him across the chops there as he was about to kick.
I think it's Nolan over there with it, is it? I'll just try and catch him. Yeah, it is Nolan.
Oh, a bit of fun off the ball here too. The
Cousins and Vesey.
Yeah, Cousins and Vesey. Now Hearn hand passes away to Allsop, who can kick a goal. He can kick a goal. It's a ball burster. Didn't they need that one, the North Geelong Magpies? Great play, Hearn. He knew he couldn't kick the distance. He knew Allsop could. Got onto his left foot, and he has drilled it from about 55.
They need to stop this game. Nolan's got some sort of serious injury over there.
So the 8th goal for North Geelong, 8-7-55. They lead Corio 7-6-48. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes gone. And
stretcher, I think.
I'm not too sure whether, I think they are calling for the stretcher. Is it Nolan?
Yeah, it is Nolan.
Yes, Brett Nolan, definitely, yes.
I wonder if it's still the aftermath of that ankle before, because it seems to be a leg injury of some sort.
No, there was a pack there. I think this is a new one.
But I don't think he needs a stretcher. He's up, he's always hobbling.
He needs a stretcher, all right, mate.
Okay, I think you're right.
So, game will be held up, and, well, it's been an interesting second quarter, Laurie, hasn't it?
Well, it certainly has. It's been all Corio, there's no doubt about that. We probably expect them to come back into the game, but they've controlled the whole game, and North Geelong, all of a sudden, is cell shot. It's a funny game, football, isn't it? If you're allowed to play on your own and run around and do what you like, you can cut havoc, but as soon as someone is prepared to do the hard yards, pick you up and put some pressure on you, it's not so easy.
Well, full credit to Corio, Laurie, because you said we expect them to come back. I didn't expect them. I expected North Geelong to be about 10 goals up at half time. And Corio, through the agency of Robbie Walton in the centre, been terrific. Barry O'Toole's got into the game, Nevada Cornwall, and across half back, I think that Johnny Cousins has mopped up beautifully this quarter.
Andy Williams has
and
been
Williams, of course, we're going to get to him, but he was the best player in the first quarter. He's still the best player in the second, and Steve Rickett. And now the Bulls have rallied around him, and full credit to Corio because they're right back in this game. It's a beauty now. The margin is
7 points.
7 points.
Think, yeah.
And we're still waiting on Brett Nolan. He's going to be carrying off the ground and stretch. He'll be a huge loss to North Geelong too.
Well, he's been the fella that's been doing a fair bit of mopping up across half back for them, hasn't he? And you know, once he gets the foot, he delivers it pretty well.
Yeah, he
so
plays smart.
He will be a huge loss. And I just wonder, Laurie, whether the first quarter North might have got away with a couple of injured players, but when the pressure comes on the second quarter, a couple of them have been found wanting.
Yeah, look, I've just sort of have a quick summary of the North Geelong's game. I mean, they were very, very good in the first quarter, Eric. I thought even to the point of probably Lairising a little bit with it, if that's a word to have in football. They didn't probably reap the award a couple of times, turned it over when unnecessary, and they're paying the penalty because, as I said, North Geelong, Corio fought back there, manned up over around the ground and worked pretty hard.
Peter Kelly's just informed us that Brett Nolan went down a couple of minutes before that with an ankle injury, and that was the second time he went down with the same sort of thing, and he thinks it's the ankle.
I reckon it's the same ankle that he didn't get a free kick for a little bit earlier. That
wouldn't be,
you know,
it would have to be sore, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and
so that might be strike 3 on that ankle. No
it could well be. So he's now stretched off the ground. Chris Fryers comes back onto the ground.
2 centre half back, and that's probably a good move.
Well, he's a defender. A defender. That's exactly right. So back in the middle.
Check, Eric.
31 minutes gone. We've probably lost a couple of minutes there. Yes. So it could be a long quarter as the umpire puts the ball in the air. Weiss gets the tap down for North Geelong. Hardman taken out without the footy. Ball comes out to Chris Barnett for North. Barnett runs to, well, the kick smothered off the boot. He recovered there by Page. Page under pressure, kicks it backwards, and Bowman intercepts for Corio. Now the ball's back at the Corio 50-metre arc as Gary Rickett has a foot race there. And McDermott Matheson does well. It's intercepted by Walton, runs to 55. Oh, terrible kick from Walton. In good position there was Chad Rivet. Oh, Johnny Bolchevic missed the crumb, but he picks it up, follows up, and I tell you what, next it is a goal. Terrific effort, Johnny Bolchevic. That's his second for the quarter. And Corio are right back in the game there. That's their 8th. 8-6, 54. They trail North Geelong 8-7, 55. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 32 minutes gone.
Pleased to see Corio back in it too, because you blokes set me up with the East Geelong North Geelong game a few weeks ago, so it was going to be close. You said this one was going to be close, and quarter time that here we go again. But they played terrific footy in the second quarter.
Well, that's what Johnny Bolchevic's in the side for, the crumb around goals there. And
he actually missed the first crumb, but he backed up, which was good for him.
And they need that with a bloke like Chad Riffick who gets the ball to the ground there a little bit, lacks probably a little bit of mobility, so someone there with a bit of pace is very, very handy.
Weiss versus the big fella Walton. Walton might have gone down. Williams breaks out of the centre with a hand pass over the top to Bowman. He runs to 50. Bowman straightens up inside 50, goes for goals. It touched on the line. It would have been a goal otherwise. Shane Alsop just got an outstretched fingertip on it. Oh, blimey, Teddy, that might have put him in front, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, would a goal would have. That's tied the ball going up. Cookie, 8 goals, 7.55 apiece. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 33 minutes gone, and even with a couple of minutes lost, there shouldn't be too much more time towards half time as North Geelong, well, they're defending at the moment. It's Alsop now.
They're hanging on, that's all, I think.
They're waiting for the siren.
So Alsop now kicks in. Not a great looking kick. It's marked by Bowman for Corio.
Look in the middle here.
So
there's 6 of them.
Chance to go back inboard. And there's a mark there. Terrific. Hardman now. Away he goes. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. In fact, it's over the centre. Running back with the flight of the footy is Matt King. Picks up the footy, he's got time to turn. Handball over the top, having drawn a player, and McNamara now kicks it long for Corio towards half forward. Ricky O'Toole went up one-handed. Potter, he gets the crumbs. Handball forward, looking for teammate in Anderson. He's tackled. Play on, said the umpire. Ball comes clear to Page. He's had a good game on the left foot. Good vision, I was going to say, but unfortunately doesn't find his teammate in Hardman on this occasion, but he gets support. He does it all himself. Hooks it inboard to O'Brien, and Page has kept running. O'Brien can't see him. He's running down toward the flank, but O'Brien has taken the mark inside the centre square.
He wasn't able to move. He should have been penalised 50 metres for mine. It wasn't in the marking contest. He just held on to too long. Okay, O'Brien now kicks the ball up towards half forward. Back of the pack. Here's a chance for North Geelong. Can they get a goal? They never before quarter time.
Hold the ball, won't it?
Player pulled to the ground there, which was...
and play on.
That was Barnett, fall to the ground, the free kick given against him, the ball now towards the centre wing, chance for Robbie Walton, he couldn't quite get to the footy, he's got to it now, the big fella, fends up an opponent, hand pass across to Troy Gundry, had a good second quarter, Gundry out towards the half forward flank position, found there Collins, he's in a bit of stripe, tackle, loses the footy, comes back here,
Rowe.
North Geelong through Michael Rowe, he kicks the ball across towards, well up went Bowman, he couldn't take the mark, was fisted away from him, Russell Hearn does the mopping up, beautiful hand pass from Hearn, sets free Jade Hayes. He's inside 50 at half forward. Long bomb to the goal square, looking for the big fella. Vesey knocked away. It didn't go through. Vesey's got it right, but snap the goal.
Oh, gee, how lucky was that? The ball fell into his arms.
It looked like it was going to go through from behind.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he was in the right place, but he was competing early in that marking contest. Well played, big fellow.
Yeah, made a contest of it there, David, and that's where he's dangerous up there. They make sure they work it hard, and they don't push it through for a point. They just keep working hard around the goal square, and that worked in their favour that time. Was able to come back to him again and kick the goal over his shoulder, and they needed that badly.
So that's his third, the ninth for North. 9-7-61, they lead Corio 8-7-55. Raiders Mingo, second quarter scoreboard, 35 minutes gone. Must be very close to half time as the umpire puts the ball.
I need a party pint and a drink. I hope it's close to half time.
Weiss, a lovely tap down, intercepted there by Cornwall. Here go Corio. Can they get the response before half time? It's a long kick into the full forward position. Comes forward to the pack, picked up Gary Rickett, and there's the siren. It is half time. Corio deep in attack, but you can't, well, hang on. The umpire has given a free kick. It's not all over yet. There's a free kick has been paid as the siren was sounding. Chad Rivet for Corio is the recipient. And the man on the mark is, well, now it's 50 metres against North Geelong.
That's two of them. Totally undisciplined play by North Geelong.
Put this in the book. He's over the line.
A remarkable finish to the first half here at Osborne Park.
It'll be all tied up.
The siren has sounded. A free kick given to Chad Rivet. A 50-metre penalty. All after the siren. He's already kicked two. Now he's kicked three, and it is half time. And at half time, the scores are all tied up. 9 goals, 7, 61 apiece on the scoreboard here at Osborne Park. And what a first half. Goal kickers for North Geelong. 3 to Vesey, 3 to Habib, 1 each to Barnett, Allsop and Friars. And for the Corio side, 3 to Rivet, 2 to Bolchevac, and 1 each to Gary Rickett, Andrew Williams, Ash McNamara and Brad Anderson. So that's it, half time at Osborne Park, 9 goals, 7 apiece. We'll go back to the studio when we return. We'll have Laurie de Goldie's summary, and we'll have the second half of this all-important game at Osborne Park. You're tuned to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.